Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break the keys, spread your toxicity. Your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it through. Enough to go insane. Living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your own prison cell. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met, even if you pretend. Laying the deck, I don't know you nothing. Don't say something you'll regret. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Hate, rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it. I'm telling you, don't waste it. Lies telling you, don't waste it on me. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn it out. Sell 'em to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race.
Welcome to the Throttle Up Racing Network tonight with the SERL Cup Series, and we are at Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, if you've watched any NASCAR this week, you've known that there was 3 wild races, 3 wild finishes all week long. We're going to try and keep that streak alive with 4 in a row here in the SERL. Got a lot of fast guys right now. Current points leader Blake Giglio. You see him there in the number 16. He is our current point leader. Blake Giglio out front. He's got 7 wins this season, but when we restarted the chase, he's only 9 points over John McMillan Jr. in the 51. Third place right now, Bill Stringfellow. A new paint scheme out there for him, the number 83. He is only 13 points out. John McMillan Jr. only 9 points out from the lead. Dylan Falovich, 4th right now in the points. 17 points out. We get down to the final minute of practice. 17 points out for Dylan Falovich. Justin Lumpkin, he is currently 27 points out for Justin Lumpkin. 31 points for both Matt Goodell. Matt Goodell is not racing tonight. And Ronnie Osmer, who is in the session. The last week's winner, Ronnie Osmer, he is 31 points out, though, as he did not have a good Darlington. Behind him is Matthew Prentice, 33 points out. Matthew Prentice is sitting in the 8th position. 9th is Joey Doucette, and he's 36 points out of the championship. So we are setting up for our qualifying. Doucette's in the 22. And rounding out the top 10, Jonathan Cogswell and Mark True, both 42 points out. 43 points out is Jamie Dunning. To get ready to go for that 0X Designs Pole Award. The cars out on the track going to qualify. First out, Mark True. And we're racing, that's what we're racing for, the 0X Designs Pole Award. If you need an iRacing paint scheme, make sure you check out 0X Designs. He has designed a lot of the cars in the race tonight. Prentice with a 1471 on his first lap. Mark True 1/10 off. Cogswell right behind these guys. Prentice doesn't improve on the second lap. Oh, Cogswell sideways across the line. And he won't improve either. Dunning rolling out. Dunning needs to have a good race to try and get himself back into contention. Good qualifying effort starting near the front would make a big difference. Bill Stringfellow out on track. And there is a... Both of these cars are designed by 0X Designs, both that 13 and the 83. Stringfellow top of the board. Jamie Dunning fourth quickest. A 14.64 for Stringfellow. We're waiting a couple other guys come out. John McMillan Jr., he'll roll out onto the track. We're going to start in the daylight. We're going to run tonight. Millen Jr. still working the high line. iRacing has worked on the bottom line to try and get it a little more grippy. So we're going to see multi-groove racing throughout the night. The inside line will be a little more prominent than we've been used to seeing in these iRacing events. McMillan third quickest. Giglio now top of the board. Pole. And he'll pull off after that one lap. Andrew Rattel. He won here in the spring on the day race. Fifth quickest right now for Andrew Rattel. Ronnie Osmer, he comes out trying to make his first lap. Eighth quickest on the first lap for Osmer. Osmer won't improve. He'll be eighth quickest. Gonna have his work cut out because there's probably going to be some of these guys still get out there in front of him. Dylan Falovich in the 12 out to qualify now. Falovich sixth quickest. And Falovich a little slower on the second lap. Seems like most people are quickest on the first lap. Justin Lumpkin in the number 4, up against the high lane, right on the wall. Oh, he tagged the wall. This lap won't count, so he'll have to get a good second lap. Oh, I don't think either one of these laps are going to count as he's hit the wall on both laps. So Justin Lumpkin going to have to start further back in the pack. 16 competitors in tonight's race. Right now, Blake Giglio is top of the board. Kyle Adcock waiting for him to try and take a lap. Sitting on the end of pit road. Travis White will log in as well. We'll see if either of these guys try to take a timed lap. We've got a little less than 4 minutes left in qualifying. The one seemed to be taken off. There we go. Travis White. He'll take his opportunity. That 23 Slayer machine, Travis White, down into turn 3 now. Looks like a decent lap there for Travis White. 11th quickest. Sends it up high, drives it in a little deeper. Does not pick up speed on the second lap. So Travis White, 11th quickest. I think Blake Giglio is going to be our 0X Designs Pole Award winner. Let's see if we can get a word with Blake Giglio. Hey, Blake, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. You've had a couple of good races so far. I know in the spring you kind of quit early on this one, but you come out and you get the pole. I think, to my surprise, you come out and really must have been practicing. What have you been doing this year to be so good here in the fall?
They actually let you run the bottom now. I think that's really what made us good. I feel like I could hot lap last time. I just didn't have the long run pace because we had to run the wall, but now we have the bottom, saves tires on the bottom, so I think we have a good shot tonight. I don't know, we'll see. You know, you always have Bill, he's really good, and you have a lot of these, McMillan, he's right up there winning the points, so it's gonna be pretty interesting, I'd say, but I think we have what it takes, and we're just gonna have to take your time, be patient.
Have you been doing like lone practice, or have you been running some officials? How was your practice for this race?
I just ran modifieds all week. That's it. I've practiced me like an official practice. I haven't raced officials at all this week. I usually don't run too many officials because that's where you can meet a lot of the boneheads, but we're gonna see what we got, and hopefully we can get it done.
Well, good luck, Blake. You got the point lead. You got anybody you'd like to thank on this one?
Yeah, thanks for Justin for he's gonna be making me a modified paint with this full awards. Shout to him. Record setups, make all my setups. You for broadcasting, and hopefully we can get this thing on the road.
Absolutely. Good luck, Blake, and hopefully you'll get up there in that top 2 or 3 spot.
Stand for. Thank you.
And that was Blake Giglio. Not only our pole sitter, but our point leader as we're getting down to the final 20 seconds here. No one else has chosen to try and take a qualifying lap. A couple of guys that are sitting on the end of pit lane, but have not pulled out to run a lap. To get ready to race, our pole award winner is Blake Giglio. That's the 0X Designs pole award winner. Make sure you check out 0X Designs for all your iRacing paints. We'll let some of these guys get loaded in. There is your pole award winner, the 0X Designs pole award winner, Blake Giglio. Roll off second spot is Bill Stringfellow in a brand new paint scheme, the number 83. Matthew Prentice in the 15. He'll start third position. Second in points, John McMillan Jr. He'll start fourth spot. Andrew Rattel, spring winner in the number 5. He'll start from the 5th position. Dylan Falovich in the number 12. He'll roll off 6th. 7th is Jonathan Cogswell, the number 27. Jamie Dunning will start 8th in the number 13. Ronnie Osmer, last week's winner, in the 55. He'll start 9th tonight here at Bristol. Mark True in the number 73. He'll start 10th position. Travis White in the 23 will roll off in 11th. Casey Herring in 12th spot. That's the number 2 car. John McMillan Sr. in the number 75. He'll start 13th. Justin Lumpkin in number 4. He'll start 14th position. Joey Doucette in the 22. He'll roll off 15th. And Kyle Adcock rounds out the field in the number 9 to get out on track. Take a look at our race info. It's a little later in the evening, 7:30 when this race is getting underway. 77 degrees outside, 79 on the track temp. So this track should have a lot of grip as we go forward. 0.52 miles here at Bristol. So it's going to be a wild one, no doubt about it. They're waiting for the pace car to pull off. Green flag here at Bristol. And Bill Stringfellow will get the early lead. And he'll go down to the bottom as the sun is setting here in Bristol, Tennessee. Bill was very good at Richmond last week, trying to continue the speed. He just needs to get the finishes. Stringfellow out front, Giglio in second. Top three in points, or top three on the board. Try to get our track back. There we go. Back through the field. A little racing back here between the 55, the 5, and the 13. Jamie Dunning trying to get it done on the low line. Osmer's moving forward, looking maybe to take it 3 wide. He jumps up in front of Prentice. Osmer now moves up to the 4th position as he's going to try and work on some of these top guys. John McMillan Jr. has made his way around Blake Giglio for 2nd spot. Osmer now trying to get around Giglio. He's to the outside. On a big run down the front stretch. Osmer wasting no time, already battling for 2nd position. Both these guys beginning to reel in the 83 of Stringfellow for the lead. McMillan Jr. on the high lane, beginning to get pace over the 83. Stringfellow trying to hold on to those 3 bonus points for a 0X, trying to stay out of everybody's way. Now the battle for the lead is on between the 51 of McMillan Jr. and the Ronnie Osmer and the 55. Stringfellow continues to work the low line. Andrew Rattel in the 5. He's moved up a couple of spots. The spring winner here, Andrew Rattel, trying to make his move up through. And Giglio has moved all the way back to 7th, trying to run the low line. He says that it pays off on tires on the long run. We'll have to see as he continues to fall backwards. Gets up in front of Mark True, but True in the preferred lane. We'll see if he's able to move his way around eventually. Osmer side by side for the lead. McMillan Jr. able to battle back. Osmer now clears the 51. See the whole field driving by. Giglio now beginning to battle back on the bottom line. Stringfellow has moved his way back up to McMillan. It's taken about 20 laps, but Blake told us the bottom line will save tires. So he is committed for the long run. Stringfellow trying to work the inside of the 51 of McMillan Jr. Ronnie Osmer told us last week that he needed to win every race from here on out to win this championship. He won last week. He's doing all he can. He's 31 points out. This would be a big leap if Giglio's stuck back in 6th. We're looking at lap 90 for the stay, so still a ways to go, but they can make it on fuel that far at least. McMillan Jr. and Stringfellow side by side now. Giglio's now moved back into the top 5. He's battling side by side with Jamie Dunning. Several guys battling for position side by side. Travis White, up front. They're about to go 3 wide. Casey Herring goes to the inside. Travis White has to lift. Casey, it's the 27 of Cogswell, big loose. Casey Herring will drive by on the inside. The number 2, he'll go up to 8th. Travis White and Cogswell now battling side by side for the 9th position. .30 laps in, still everyone on the lead lap. Osmer out front in the lead. Stringfellow and McMillan Jr. battling for second. Giglio has moved his way back up to 4th around Andrew Rattel. Now he's on the move back to the front. He told us that low lane was saving tires, and he has committed, and he has moved his way up even after dropping back to 7th spot. Stringfellow around McMillan Jr. Now he's going to try and run down the 55 of Ronnie Osmer. Travis White moving back a little bit. He's in the 11th position as Justin Lumpkin, who's gained 4 spots, now moves into the top 10. Lumpkin working the bottom lane like a few of these guys have figured out pretty well. Stringfellow, he knows that bottom lane saves tires too. He's now up side by side for the lead. He knows that Blake is coming right behind him. Blake in a battle with John McMillan Jr. for 3rd. That time, Bill Stringfellow will clear the 55 of Ronnie Osmer and retake the lead. Ronnie now trying to work the low lane. Blake reeling all these guys in. Jonathan Cogswell having some issues in the rear of the pack. You can see the leaders coming in the distance. Almost a straightaway from being a lap down. Giglio moves around the high lane to get around Ronnie Osmer. It's now the 83 of Stringfellow in first. Blake Giglio second. Ronnie Osmer in third spot. John McMillan Jr. holds the fourth position. Andrew Rattel's now up and holding that fifth position strong. Stringfellow out front to go back and look at a couple of these battles. Dunning and the 12 of Falovich are battling side by side. Doucette and Kyle Adcock, 12th and 13th. Travis White and McMillan Sr. battling for 14th and 15th positions. As the 83 of Stringfellow starting to work lap traffic. We're already halfway through the stage. Blake reeling in Bill Stringfellow. An SERL presented by Simbox. If you need a button box, make sure you check out Simbox. Simbox PC on Facebook. I'll get you hooked up. I've got a Simbox button box. I love it. Helps with the immersion, starting up the sim rig. Pretty cool. I think everybody needs one, but right now Blake Giglio reeling in leader Bill Stringfellow as he's trying to work lap traffic. He'll go to the high side around the 75 of John McMillan Sr. Now he's going to try and work the inside of the 23. And this is the thing, that when you're working the lap traffic, the leader's going to get to him first, so Blake will know where to go. These two have pulled a huge gap over third Ronnie Osmer. And a caution for Jonathan Cogswell, choosing to pull over. So unfortunate, as Cogswell pulled over to try to get out of the way there, but did not come down the pit lane, caused a caution. Cogswell has disconnected after having some issues. Travis White's going to come in, or he's going to stay out and try to lead a lap here maybe. No, he was a lap down, so he'll have to wait another lap before he can pit. We'll try and see who's the first car out here. Bill Stringfellow, Giglio in second. Osmer third. John McMillan Jr. in fourth. Andrew Rattel, the 2 of Casey Herring, sixth. Mark True seventh. Justin Lumpkin in eighth. Matthew Prentice in ninth. And round out the top 10 will be the number 12 of Dylan Falovich. The 23, he will be the free pass car, I believe. It's a Stringfellow, a strong first run. Now we'll see, you know, the short run we saw. Osmer so strong on the short run. Gonna have about 32 to go. I'm gonna go green before the end of the stage. We're getting doubled up right now. Wait for the pace car to pull away. Not sure what we're doing. Actually, we're going to wait another lap. So now we are green flag for the second time here, 58 laps in. Bristol Motor Speedway, Bill Stringfellow out front. Blake Giglio battling side by side. Giglio going to get the advantage off of 2 down the backstretch. Stringfellow trying to hold toe. He knows he needs to beat the 16 in the stage. 55 of Osmer making his move. Casey Herring gets to the inside of the 51. And McMillan will go sideways. Millen has to jump back up. He's 7th spot. Going to try and gain what he can before the end of the stage here. Falovich and Mark True battling this. Back here is up front. Giglio and Stringfellow side by side. Giglio loose off the corner. Osmer putting his nose in there, trying to get up here to get a stage win. Giglio are in the lead. Stringfellow, a big run off the corner, looks to the inside. Blake has to go high. Osmer to the inside. That time a big run off the corner for Stringfellow, side by side for the lead with Giglio. Right up on the inside of 16, he sends it in. Oh, the 16 sideways into the wall. So the 16 of Giglio will slip back to 5th spot. Stringfellow will fade back to 4th, and now Ronnie Osmer trying to run away with it. Casey Herring and Justin Lumpkin will move up to 2nd and 3rd. See if we can go back and take a look. These guys were battling side by side for several laps. And this is where Bill gets a huge run out of the corner. They go in, you see Bill a little sideways as he goes to correct it. Slides up the racetrack. Down into the next corner. Oh, they just get together and go around. 16 into the wall. As we take another look, the 2 has faded. Osmer out front, Lumpkin in 2nd. Lumpkin trying to get as many stage points as he can as Bill working the inside now. Oh, the 22 sitting on the racetrack sideways. He sat there for quite some time. See what happened to the 22. Oh, the 15 in there. Take another look from the chopper. Not real sure if they touched or if that was a neck code issue. 15 looked like he was to the inside of him. What other look at here? Yeah, I'm not sure the 15 ever touched him. We We got a few guys choosing to pit, some guys staying out. Ronnie Osmer pits, Justin Lumpkin, the top two pit. Everyone else stays out. We're down to 10 laps left. Now side by side, Stringfellow and Giglio. They'll go and restart here with only a few laps for the end of the stage. Getting ready to double up right here. So we'll see how this replay or this restart turns out. This restart will be on Bill Stringfellow. He'll get to choose when to go. Green flag for Bill Stringfellow. The 5 gets a little loose. These guys going to be racing hard to the end of the stage. It's only about 5 laps away. Blake Giglio's second. Andrew Rattel trying to get as many points as he can in his first appearance here in the chase. Casey Herring fourth. John McMillan Jr. in fifth. Giglio trying to run him down. Blake has got quite a bit of damage on that car. As you can see, a lot of wrinkled panels, but he is running down the 83 of Stringfellow, trying to get this stage win. Going to the end of lap 90. We're on lap 88 right now. There won't be a stage caution, but we will give out points right there. 2 to go in the stage. 83 and 16. Battling hard for the stage lead. And everyone back through the stage is battling hard. White flag for the stage. And as they come around, Stringfellow will win the stage. Giglio second. There's a lot of battles throughout the field. Unofficial results. Stringfellow, Giglio second. Rattel third. McMillan fourth. Herring fifth. True sixth. Osmer seventh. Lumpkin eighth. Falovich ninth. And Travis White in 10th for the end of the stage. As we get back to the action, 93 laps in. of 200. Bill Stringfellow out front. And he has led a lot of this one. Andrew Rattel's trying to run these guys down. Ronnie Osmer hot on his tail down the inside. He took tires on that last stop. He and Lumpkin, who is moving his way up through the field as well, up on the high lane. Woo! McMillan moves up in front of him there. Osmer is running these guys down quick. He's already to the back of the 16. He's going to take a look to the outside. Osmer moves to the high lane. He's going to easily get around the 16 to Giglio. And gets a big run and pulls right up to the side of the 83. So new tires, dominant right now for the 55 of Osmer. The battle still right now between Stringfellow and Giglio. Back through the field, Lumpkin trying to move his way up. He's now on the inside of the 51. He's got fresh tires along with the 55 of Osmer. Lumpkin trying not to hit the 73 in front of him. He's going to have to try and make an aggressive move to the outside. That's the only way he's going to get around the 73 is the 73. Slow in the center of the corner compared to the 4 with these new tires. Now Mark True moves up, allows Lumpkin to go to the low lane. Lumpkin powers by now into 5th spot as he's trying to track down Andrew Rattel. These guys almost 3 wide every lap. Justin Lumpkin wastes no time with Rattel right around the 5. So Lumpkin about to catch Stringfellow and Giglio. Try and move his way up into the top 2 as Osmer has set sail. You see the distance between 1st and 2nd. There goes Osmer. There comes Stringfellow. There's Osmer, and here comes the next 3. Osmer pulling away so quick. Lumpkin on these new tires, working the high lane. We saw the 83 and the 16 able to save tires on the long runs. We'll see if they're able to keep their tires as fresh as they can to maybe run down Osmer late in the run. We'll take a look at the pit strategy and we'll see the difference right now. Osmer and Lumpkin, they pitted 30 laps ago. Everyone else pitted 57 laps ago, so 27 lap fresher tires for the top 2. And Osmer is running away with it right now. He just lapped the 23 and the 75, puts the 75 2 laps down as he's reeling in the rest of the field. Lumpkin pulling away from Stringfellow and Giglio. These guys still battling it out for 8th. McMillan Jr. down to the inside, just can't get enough of a run to get around the 73 of True. Osmer is coming. Justin Lumpkin, Bill Stringfellow, Blake Giglio all right here together. Lumpkin had to work a little bit harder to get around some of those lap cars. And I think he may have used his tires up, as the 83 and the 16 have been working that inside lane. We were told that's the lane that saves tires. We see the 75 of John McMillan Sr. taking a pit stop. Stringfellow works his way back around Lumpkin. Side by side now for Giglio and the 4 of Justin Lumpkin battling for the 3rd spot. Giglio sideways off the corner, able to not make contact. Lumpkin holding the high line as long as he can. Now Giglio may be clear. We'll see on exit. He will be clear. He'll slide up to the outside. 125 laps in. This race going on with a remarkable pace right now, as the 55 is almost a half a lap ahead of 2nd spot. Osmer down to the low lane, trying to get around the lap car of Joey Doucette. He's in that SimShots car. If you need some great iRacing photography, you need to check out SimShots. They do some phenomenal pictures for the SERL. You can go to Southern Excitement Racing League on Facebook and check out the work that SimShots does. Jamie Nunning down the pit lane. He's going to try and take an early pit stop, try and gain some time on the long run. Slowly going down the pit lane. And the 83 of Stringfellow still in 2nd. There's Blake right behind him. These guys still losing time to Ronnie Osmer. who's got the freshest tires, working the inside line. '23 of White, he's 2 laps down now. Osmer on the inside of McMillan Jr. McMillan's in 10th. Osmer setting an absolute blistering pace. '13 of Dunning back out on the track. Take a look at the last time around. Dunning a second quicker than the field right now. Actually, about the same pace as Osmer. Hoping that some of these guys are going to have to pit, and then eventually he'll be able to pass these guys who do pit. That's his hope anyway. Stringfellow is still in second, 7.8 seconds off the lead. Giglio right behind him. Trying to reel in this number 83. There comes another taker. Travis White now down the pit lane. He's going to try to get a set of tires and work on this thing on the long run. Osmer has lapped all the way up to 9th position. And he is within a straightaway of 4th. I think the only thing that keeps Ronnie Osmer from winning this race is some type of wreck or maybe a caution. But he is a half a lap ahead of second position. And Travis White may be getting some damage repaired. We'll see if he comes back out. No, he'll disconnect maybe. Osmer still out there 8.3 seconds over Stringfellow in second. Lumpkin pitted at the same time as the 55 of Osmer, but trying to work through the field, burned his tires up on the high lane. He's doing all he can to hold on to 6th position as Rattel on the inside working it hard to try to get by. Door to door there for the 5 and the 4. Rattel on the inside, Lumpkin on the outside. Lumpkin with the big run on exit. Rattel's going to have to try and find a way to clear the 4. Oh, Lumpkin into the wall. And again, the 15, some contact. As the 13 of Jamie Dunning has unlapped himself, or at least got one of his laps back. You can see the difference with tires. We'll have to see if everybody's able to make it to the end on fuel. Dunning has made up a tremendous amount of time. Hosmer starting to catch another group of lead lap cars. And Hosmer gaining a little bit of time still on Stringfellow, but it's not stretching out as quickly as it was before. These guys both pitted on that same lap. This may be the difference between running the inside line over the run and running the outside line, as Lumpkin has committed to the high lane. Hosmer trying to save the tires by running down on the bottom. Stringfellow starting to pull away from Giglio for second spot. Here comes Dunning with those fresher tires. Stringfellow is now a full second over Giglio in third. Fourth spot, Casey Herring. He's not real far behind these guys. He's trying to maintain his lead lap status. As Hosmer has caught Matthew Prentice in the 15 and the 5 of Rattel. Hosmer to the high lane. He'll get right around Prentice. Prentice in 7th. He'll go a lap down. Hosmer now trying to put the 5 a lap down. In the 55 of Hosmer right now, you see him right now down into the turn. We'll see when he crosses the line, and then we'll see where Bill Stringfellow is as the 55 crosses the line. Stringfellow coming out of 2, so over a half a lap down for second place. He's trying to hold on to what he can. As we look at the pit strategy, the fuel is going to be very close. These guys have already been 111 laps. I think they can go about 150 laps on fuel. We'll see. Hosmer still trying to work the 5, can't quite get around. Casey Herring has moved his way around the 16 of Giglio. Will we see anybody else taking to pit lane? Giglio back to fourth. Falovich right behind him. Then half straight away behind these guys, Andrew Rattel trying to stay on lead lap. Osmer now looking to the high side. Stringfellow beginning to gain some time on the 55. Osmer putting his car everywhere he can. Rattel just holding the outside line. Osmer does not want a caution here. A 13 of Dunning. He's going to go to the inside. He's going to get another one of his laps back. So Dunning, interesting. If everyone can make it, then the pitting by Dunning may have hurt him, may have not. I think he pitted from like the 9th or 10th position. He's 13th. .25 laps to go here at Bristol. Osmer dives it to the inside, trying to get around Andrew Rattel to put him a lap down. Stringfellow, 9.5 seconds. Back in second position, a half a lap down. Casey Herring's now in third. Blake Giglio fourth. Falovich in fifth. Everyone except for Osmer right now hoping for a caution. These guys have been out there a long time on these tires. We've seen Falovich work the long run in multiple races this season. Last week he was the best on, one of the best on the longer run. Close call there for the 12 as he comes up in front of the 73. Dunning is trying his best to get around these guys and catch the 22 to get a spot or two back. Falovich trying his best to get around the 16. Dunning trying to get around the 12. And Dunning is a couple of laps down, but he's got much fresher tires. And Osmer still cannot get around the 5 of Rattel. Trying his best to put him a lap down. Just not able to do it. Bill Stringfellow still in second spot. "14 laps remain. There's your leader, Ronnie Osmer. Valovich now trying to work the inside of Giglio. Those guys get close to touching. And Valovich sends it in there. He'll get around the 51, who is now a lap down in ninth. Within 10 laps to go, can Valovich get around Giglio for fourth position? Stringfellow is catching the 55, but he has not nearly enough time to catch him. Valovich keeps getting loose down on the inside line. That time Giglio a little loose, but Valovich not able to capitalize. He's going to move to the outside lane and chase the 16 through the corner. Oh, the 4 on the outside. Ooh, the 12. What a save from Dylan Valovich. As the 4 into the wall again, just trying to make it to the finish. And that may be all she wrote for that battle. Prentice able to get back around the 55 of Osmer, who's just trying to catch that white flag and make sure we don't get a caution. Valovich sideways down the straightaway as he has burned the rears off of this car. But as they come off turn 4, Ronnie Osmer is going to come around and get the white flag. 1 lap to go in an extremely clean Bristol race. A very fast-paced 200 laps here tonight. Ronnie Osmer choosing to pit when no one else did. Ends up getting him the win here at Bristol. Ronnie Osmer, your winner. Bill come across second. Casey Herring in third. Giglio ends up fourth. Dylan Valovich with a top 5. Andrew Rattel in 6th. Matthew Prentice 7th. Justin Lumpkin in 8th. Kyle Adcock 9th. 10th is John McMillan Jr. and Joey Doucette will hold on to 11th spot as Jamie Dunning ends up 12th. Mark True 13th. Travis White 14th. 15th John McMillan Sr. Jonathan Cogwell rounds out 16th position. As Ronnie Osmer will burn it down on the front straightaway. Casey Herring winds up third spot. Trying to see if we can get a word with Casey. Not seeing him in the Discord. We'll see if we can get a word with second place finisher Bill Stringfellow. Oh, there's Casey. Now we're trying to get a word with Casey Herring in the number 2. Hey, Casey, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Hello, Dakota.
Hey, man, the long run, you were really killing it up through the pack there at the end on, I think y'all went about 155 laps on that last set of tires.
Yeah.
Was the, this time around, iRacing was really working on the inside lane. Did it have an effect on the tire wear?
I'm happy because it kind of ran more like real life, and I'm not a big fan like Bristol, but I love the grip strip on the bottom or PJ1 or whatever they worked on. But yeah, I don't know, first 20, 30 laps, you would really get beat on the top, obviously. But if you could back your entry, roll middle, you could roll that bottom just the whole time around. The longer I go, I was at times faster than Ronnie, even though he was blazing the field. But yeah, I love the bottom at Bristol.
We did a phenomenal job driving up through the field. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, shout out to you, Dakota, obviously. The whole league. It's always a fun time racing with you guys. Shout out Ronnie for winning. He was bad fast. He has been the last couple weeks. Obviously the team, the boys, TTSL, Dylan and Justin. Shout out 0X for always making dope paint schemes, as you know. One of the sponsors of the league. Love Justin, amazing guy. Need anything, hit him up. And obviously, Reaper Speed Labs, if y'all need any fast competitive setups for open, always hit them up and use my code.
Well, fantastic job, Casey. We'll be seeing you around more, and you keep getting up here in the top 3. We'll keep having these conversations.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dakota.
Absolutely.
See ya.
Casey Herring, third place finish tonight in the number 2. Second place is Bill Stringfellow. And let me see if I can find the stage results. I think he won the stage, if I remember correctly. Look. Yeah, Stringfellow was the stage winner. So let's get a word with Bill Stringfellow. Hey, Bill, it's Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
How's it going?
Hey, going good. This race, you was kind of debating on running, having some health issues, but you stuck it in there for 200 laps. It ended up being a real quick one. And, man, you come out, you win the stage, you lead a whole lot of laps and come home second. What would have made the difference there to get the win?
I don't want to say it, but, like, my health issues are kicking my butt right now. I am absolutely beat after that. I stayed out there to get the stage because I didn't know if I could make it to the end of the race. Had to battle Blake pretty hard there, and it kind of killed the tires a little, but Ronnie had it once he pitted. I thought about pitting with him, but I wanted to try to get the stage win, so I stayed out.
You definitely racked up the points, and seemed like that inside line on the long run was really saving tires. Is that what you felt like out there?
Yeah, the inside line definitely seems to make the car rotate a little better. I don't know why. The top line burns your right front up so bad. My right front, my tires at the end were 25/57. I killed my right front in that battle with Blake, but early in the run, they were within 2% of each other. So before that first
you guys run 147 laps on that last set of tires. Man, that's incredible to even have any tire left.
Yeah. Oh, it was a lot of work. I'm absolutely exhausted right now.
You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Bill?
Thank you for the broadcast. All the driving in the SERL. That was a fun race. Congratulations to all the championship contenders who made it this far, because this league's been very competitive all season. It was especially competitive around the 16th place mark, trying to see who made it in and all. And Ronnie Osborne's come out of nowhere here and been absolutely bad fast these first few races of the chase. So look forward to battling with him more. Hopefully I feel better next week and can get the stuff behind me, and we can get out there and be an actual competitor with him, because the last couple weeks just ran away with it.
Yeah, he certainly has been fast, but you are up there in a second place finish and the stage winner. And once again, led a lot of laps. So a great showing for you tonight, Bill. Congratulations on a great finish.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, and thank you, Justin Lumpkin, for the awesome new paint job.
Yeah, absolutely. Justin does great jobs out there. And I talked about it a couple times. You got a beautiful looking ride.
I appreciate it.
There was second place finisher Bill Stringfellow. Let's get a word with our winner, Ronnie Osmer, 2 weeks in a row. Hey, Ronnie, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Back-to-back wins for you, Ronnie. Just a phenomenal showing. And tonight, the cojones, I guess, to pit there when no one else did. Of course, I guess you were the leader, so you didn't know who was going to go with you, but it worked out for your advantages. Man, you are just lightning fast the whole rest of that race.
Yeah, I just did the same strategy I took at Richmond, where instead of playing for the stage points, I went for the race win. That's why I pitted, because I figured with how good we were doing so far, it was a good chance we could stay green for a long time. I didn't think we could stay green all the way to the end, but considering this is Bristol, but it tells you how good of a drivers we have in this league, and I was getting worried there at points, but hung it out.
Yeah, you absolutely drove out. I think at one point you were 10 or more seconds ahead of second place and had lapped all the way up to sixth spot. Very impressive showing. Early in the race, it looked like you were running the high line. Did you just see other people running the low line, or had you practiced running that low line to get it perfected throughout the race?
At the beginning of the race, I was just mad at myself for messing up qualifying, putting myself in such a bad starting spot. I made a brake bias adjustment thinking it was going to help me. Did the opposite. And so I ran that top because that's where nobody else was to get to the front. Then, of course, I had the track position. I saw what Bill and Blake were doing and just adjusted myself off of them and waited for them to make a mistake and then took advantage of it.
Well, a great win and a great run tonight. I'm sure you led the most laps. I think you took the lead of before 100 to go and led all that second half of the race. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Ronnie?
Thank you for broadcasting and guys for running this league. PH Aware, and Mom and Dad.
Absolutely. Well, great job, Ronnie, and it seems to be a trend. Maybe we'll talk to you in Victory Lane again next week.
Hopefully.
All right, have a good one, man. And that was race winner Ronnie Osmer. We'll be back with you next Sunday night for another SERL playoff race. And Osmer is going to be moving up through the points. Stringfellow, a good points day. Giglio, a good points day. McMillan Jr. Had a rough time, ends up 10th spot. So those guys, those are your top three coming in with Stringfellow, Giglio, McMillan, and Osmer is going to gain some points and try and work his way into this championship hunt. But appreciate everybody for stopping by and checking out the SERL Cup Series. Great race. I think only one caution tonight. Maybe two cautions in this race. Phenomenal race. Clean race. You don't expect to see that at Bristol, but these guys are top notch in the SERL. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. We'll catch you all next time.